That does lead me, guys, to reports this morning that I can confirm and want to go into a little bit more about a potential SPAC deal that's out there. Another one from Chamath-backed.
Oh, really?
Who has been, of course, one of the most active when it comes to doing issuing SPACs and doing deals. This one involving Equinox. I think Bloomberg reported it late yesterday. I can confirm as well. His SPAC is in talks with Equinox to potentially do a merger. Those talks continue. I can give you a little more sense. You can see it right there of what they're talking about in terms of value, and it's pretty significant. Of course, Equinox's business has been crushed, as you know, during the course of the pandemic. Also, SoulCycle, which they have as well. They were targeting as much as 22 times, Jim, EBITDA that they were seeing in 2023 of $320 million. So they were looking for 2023 EBITDA of $320 million and saying, hey, we think we're worth 22 times that. That does get you above a $7 billion value overall. And they need money. They've got what at least one person characterized as a pretty funky capital structure with mezz debt, with liens. They got some original investors who may want to try and get out, Silver Lake, Catterton. And so they were looking for a pipe that could go as high as $2 billion.
Is that called PTB?
$2 billion.
Is the symbol for that PTB?
No, it's IPOF. Let's take a look.
PTB is P.T. Barnum.
Oh, man. Can we take a look at IPOF? Actually, let's see, because that is the SPAC in question. And you kind of get a market check, as we like to say here, when you look at that. This was shopped to a number of other potential to SPAC sponsors who passed, obviously, on the potential transaction itself. Again, unclear whether they get to the finish line here. Be a big deal. That's Steve Ross, remember, of Related. Miami Dolphins, also Equinox, is a part of that. We have the CEO of Equinox with us from time to time. But again, what I can tell you there is they were looking for 22 times 2023 estimated EBITDA of 320 mil and a pipe of as much, at least at the time, of $2 billion, and a number of SPAC sponsors, Carl, passed. So we'll see what happens here with that SPAC down about 2.6%.
Is there any shame in this process?
What do you mean?
Well, that's just a terrible deal.
You think it's a terrible
deal? It could be like Caesars. Maybe it resurrects like
maybe
Caesars.
It comes back, right.
Maybe it resurrects like
health
Caesars.
Clubs. People like their SoulCycle. They don't necessarily keep using their Peloton at home.
Look, it's one. I think Peloton, by the way, is going to report a fantastic quarter.
You do?
Yeah. But one of the things I just wish these deals were priced at reasonable values, because they got a lot of people have lost money in SPACs. And I think someone has to stand up for the people other than Gensler, the SEC head. Well, we don't want people to lose fortunes, David.
Listen, we talked a lot about it every day, okay? We talked about the speculative nature of many of them. We talked about the prognostications and the projections that you would not typically see associated with an IPO, because they're not allowed to do that in an IPO. And there is a thought that, of course, really, these are IPOs. They're not mergers, as we call them. They're just IPOs. So they should be treated as such, and one would expect that it's in time you're not going to be able to see these companies put these ridiculous projections out for 2026 for what they're flying.
But I've had any number of these companies on Mad Money, and I don't think a single one of them is up from when they were on. And a lot of people have lost money.
I mean, listen, Chamath-backed, he's still hanging in there. Virgin Galactic's done pretty well. He sold a lot of the stock there. Number of his have hung in there. At least they're up, right? Take a look at...
but where did the volume come? Where did the
Open Door is still higher. Clover has not been a good performer. And then he's got a couple of open ones, including the one we just
they can always point to good things. I'm saying when they came on TV, it was just a great moment to sell. There. Okay.
Yeah. And now Carl, you got a lot of public companies out there that have already de-SPACed, and, we'll be watching them closely.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.